Hi, I'm Mike Maniace, Director of HUD Operations for Showcase Realty. Thank you for attending our webinar today on Successfully Selling HUD Homes Part 1. Today we're going to cover how to navigate the HUD website, which is www.hudhomestore.com if you want to follow along. Let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to start off with, to be able to bid, place bids for HUD homes, you have to have a NNAID number. And at the top here, there's this gray bar with a bunch of tabs on there. Click your NNAID application tab. That's going to bring you to either you're a selling broker or you are an agent under that broker that's going to have the NNAID number. It's basically for your firm or for your independent. And there's a form for you to follow and send into HUD. You can click on here, and here's the application for it. Fill that out and send it into HUD as their directions indicate. I will tell you there is a lead time involved in this. It may take up to a month. So if you do not have a NNAID number and you wish to bid on a HUD home, please do this as soon as possible. The other thing is if you've had a NNAID number in the past or want to check to see if your NNAID is current, not expired, you're going to come to this blue button here, check current NNAID status. And what they're asking for here is the Social Security number or your business EIN number. And then you put that in there, you hit submit, and they'll tell you if it's active or expired. Next, we're going to show you how to register as a bidder to be able to bid on HUD homes. So what you're going to do, up in the top right-hand corner, you can see this register button. Underneath of that, you're going to come down to bidder. For all agents, we're bidding on these HUD homes for our clients. So this is where you're going to come, and there's two videos that you can watch. It's kind of more in depth on how to fill this form out, but it's actually a pretty easy form to fill out. It's basically you have to know if you're the principal broker holding the NNAID number or if you're an agent under that principal broker. That's how you're going to have to fill this form in. Once you fill it in and click this, that you agree to the terms and conditions and enter the window information here and submit, and you're instantaneously able to now bid on HUD homes. So let's move on to the next tab, which is property contacts. If you have a home under contract on the HUD site, as you'll know that these HUD homes disappear from the site if you have it under contract, here's where you go if you will need information on the listing broker, asset manager, or the field service company. You have the case number, you'll type the case number in there and hit search, or you can do it by address and zip. So that's property contacts. Finding a broker. If you have a buyer that's looking for a home in another state or just locally, you can send them to this tab and they'll find an active broker in the area. This is the bid results tab. HUD gives out the price that the home sold for. If you have put a bid in on a HUD property and have not won that bid and you want to know what the actual contract price was, you can come to this tab. They usually don't put the information in here till after the executed contract and then sometime after that, so I don't have a definitive date, but usually safe within like 10 to 14 business days. And you can search it by your case number and it'll tell you what the offer amount was accepted for. That's especially important if this bid gets canceled and it comes back on the market, at least you know what the bottom they accepted was. Important for all agents who have a lot of questions about the HUD site, if you come to this help tab, it gives you a lot of FAQs and it points you in a lot of directions to answer a lot of questions on your own. You can send your buyers here if they have any questions about how to purchase a HUD home or how they work with an agent. It answers a lot of the questions right off the bat, so it saves you a lot of time. So let's go ahead and go to how to search for a good neighbor property. You're going to come to this main page, and in this blue box here, you're going to see where it says Good Neighbor Next Door. Go ahead and click on that Good Neighbor Next Door button, and it's going to bring you to the states that currently have them available, and they're shaded dark. So I'm going to come over to North Carolina, which is our state, and click on it. And it shows exactly which properties are available in the state of North Carolina for lottery. If you do not see a property here and you think it is a lottery round property, you can go back to home and then search by your state. And then you can search by city, county, and look for good neighbor properties next door that way. And what you're looking for here in the listing period is going to say lottery. So here we come down, we found the lottery. It's also finding it that way. Good neighbor next door properties are homes that are for EMTs, firefighters, police officers, and teachers. They get 50% off the list price, and they have to be full-time in that position. So go ahead and locate those properties because they're really good deals and they help revitalize the market that they're in. Let's go to the home search now. What we're going to do, the easiest way I find to search your homes is go to the home page, click on your state or whichever state you're looking for, because you can search the whole nationwide here in this system. And you can either go and put if you have the street address, or else you can put the street name. You can also search by case number, zip code, but I usually search by either street number or street name. And this is one of our properties here. So this is what you're going to see right off the bat. You're going to see if it's a lottery period here. You can also see that it's a new listing that just came on recently. And then what you're going to do is click on this case number, and it opens up to the property details page. I'm just going to point out some important things about this details page. Is the case number up here. If this is a property that you're interested in, please keep that in mind at all times. You can write that down. You can also print a property flyer if you want to PDF it and save it. Other important things, and this is probably the most important thing, is eligible bidders. HUD has a 15-day owner-occupant period only for properties that are FHA financing IE or IN, which basically means their FHA will insure these properties or will finance these properties when you see IE or IN. If you do not see that, that means FHA will not finance these properties in the typical FHA 203 or 203B. You can also look for 203K eligible. That means you can do an FHA 203K rehab loan. But this IE or IN is going to tell you in the eligible bidder part how much time's left and when investors can bid. So here we see we have an IE property. Eligible bidders are owner-occupants, nonprofits, and government agencies. So our 15-day period starts from the list date, which is here, and we have the end date. There's a 10-day sealed bid period. So the first 10 days, this is closed, all bids that are closed to HUD, and then on day 11, they open the bids up, and they simply pick the highest net to HUD. So this tells you how many days we have left to that period ends, which is on the 14th. It also tells you here 4 days, 10 hours, 50 minutes. That's for the 10-day period. For the full 15-day period, you're going to come over here to this period deadline, and you're going to see that it's the 19th. So the full 15 days is the 19th, and then on the 20th, it's open to investors. So they have a 15-day owner-occupant period, and then it's open to investors after that. If you see an UI down here, that means it's uninsured. That means you're going to see an owner-occupant period for 6 days only. And then on 5 days only, and on day 6, it's going to open up to investors. So you're also going to want to point out the list price on here, and you're going to want to check out the bedroom, bath, and the square footage. Let's go to submitting an offer. When you find the property that this is your buyer wants, you want to submit an offer. You're going to come over here to click this tab, submit your offer, all on the same page, what makes it easy. It's going to bring you to the next page. And how you submit an offer is you're going to put your NAID number in here. You're going to put your NAID type. You're going to be the selling broker always. You're going to put your NAID number, your real estate license number, and you're going to copy this number from the photo into here. Once you verify your NAID number, that's going to let you go ahead and place the offer for your bidder. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here. So this is what the bid submission page looks like. You're going to need to know basically what the offer price is going to be, what type of financing they're doing. They're paying cash, they're doing FHA, or are they doing anything else conventional, USDA? You're going to also want to know from your buyer if they want closing costs. Your commission, the listing side commission is, you can never change that. So, but you can put whatever commission you want. They do offer up to 3%, but you can change that if you want. The other thing is here, they're going to ask you, are you an owner-occupant, investor, nonprofit, or government agency? We are in the owner-occupant period on this one. That's why it's grayed out. But if it goes beyond that, it'll be open to owner-occupants or investors or all these. You want to know if your bid isn't accepted, if they can hold it for a backup offer, which I recommend you do, especially investors, hold it for backup because you never know what they're going to accept. And the only other thing that you're going to need from your buyer is their social security number, or if it's a business, their EIN number, company name, if it's an LLC. Again, your buyer's information, first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, their email. And this is for a second buyer if you're going to do a second purchaser on there. And then once you hit continue, it's going to say, do you accept these terms? And then you hit submit, and it'll send you to a next page, which you'll be able to print your bid confirmation. At that point, your bid is in, and then as soon as one of these periods are over, if it's an owner-occupant or if it's an investor period, they'll contact you if you won the bid. That is it for this edition, part 1 of a 3-part series on successfully selling HUD homes. We thank you for your attendance, and this is Mike Maniace with Showcase Realty.